What is the stupidest spike from every Mega Man X game? Starting with Mega Man X1, there are several candidates for the worst or the most annoying spike, but that's not what this video is about. It's about the stupidest spike, which is completely different than the worst spike. I am also, of course, not referring to a spike in difficulty or that thing that you plant in Valorant. I'm talking about these types of spikes. And Mega Man X1 has several candidates I'm sure you could think of. The first spike that always comes to my mind when I think about Mega Man X1 are the ones in Sigma Stage 1 because of how fun it is to skip them with Sting Chameleon's charged weapon. But I like these spikes a lot. They're fun and it feels satisfying to skip them with pure skill. Honestly, I don't know why Mega Man even needs Sting Chameleon's weapon because some of these spikes aren't even that sharp. Is Mega Man X made of big blue futuristic balloons? And if so, it's still ridiculous that he just instantly dies. I'm starting to think Mega Man X is just allergic to triangles. Anyway, regardless of what causes Mega Man's instant death, there are a few annoying spike placements in Armored Armadillo stage, but I'd say this is just good game design. 99% of the time you won't run into these, but if you're doing, I don't know, a no dash challenge for example, and the momentum of these minecarts are too strong, you could easily get slung into some spikes, which is a bit annoying, but it's not stupid. The most annoying spikes are probably in Boomer Kawanger stage during that elevator section. These can be a bit tricky to dodge if you aren't dashing for some reason, but if you're a speedrunner like me, you can damage boost off of these to make the platform speed up, but messing this up will of course lead you to your instant demise, so you do have to be careful. These spikes are a little bit stupid, but I don't think they are the stupidest. Plus, in my last video on stupid spikes, one of these stupidest were related to a speedrunning glitch, and everyone hated that, so please don't hate me, because I think the stupidest spikes are actually the spikes on the ceiling in Sting Chameleon's boss fights. First of all, these do not one-hit kill you, which, while nice, is stupid. What's so different about these spikes that they will not one-hit kill Mega Man? And why are they even here? Sting Chameleon literally sticks to the ceiling with his tongue, so it just doesn't seem smart to have the ceiling laced with spikes. In fact, I would call that stupid. Plus, I didn't even know these things existed for years, so clearly they didn't even play an important role in this game. So I'm making it official. These ceiling spikes that do not kill you in the Sting Chameleon boss fight are the stupidest spikes for Mega Man X1. Moving on to Mega Man X2 though, we have much less egregious uses of spikes. Well, except for in Agile stage, there are certainly a lot of spikes there, but I don't think any of them are stupid. And even if I did, it would be very hard to find one in this stage that was the stupidest. Crystal Snail stage, on the other hand, does have a few stupid spikes, but I hate Crystal Snail, so I'm probably just biased. Plus, even if the spikes in this stage were the stupidest, they wouldn't even crack the top 5 stupidest things in Crystal Snail stage on account of those giant sliding crystals that kill you and that long jump to get the upgrade and Crystal Snail. But the top 5 stupidest things in Crystal Snail stage can be a video on its own one day. So I guess the stupidest spike from this game would have to be the one on Wire Sponges stage. In a casual playthrough, these will probably not even kill you, so that in itself makes the purpose of these spikes pretty stupid. But what makes them even worse is that when I try to do my nasty McSwagtastic speedrun strats to get the sub tank early, I often miss and fall right into this spike right here. And that is stupid. So this spike specifically is definitely the stupidest spike from Mega Man X2. Mega Man X3 is one of the more famous games when it comes to stupid spikes though, all because of this area right here. We have 2 parallel walls filled with spikes and slow-moving snails as your only means to get up. And this section would easily contain the stupidest spikes somewhere in the mix if it wasn't for the nasty McSwagtastic speedrunning strats. If you combine a chain of difficult neon jumps and impressively timed invincibility frames, getting through this section is extremely quick and makes you look like the most skilled gamer to ever grace the world with your presence. I mean, Faker couldn't do this, and Magnus Carlsen certainly couldn't, so I imagine if you do this, you're in a very exclusive club, and that alone makes these spikes cool and not stupid. Plus, from a game design point of view, this is towards the end of the game, so I mean, these spikes do make sense. You know what doesn't make sense though? The spikes that these enemies create by themselves. First of all, giving this kind of power to a mere enemy is stupid on its own, but the fact that this enemy eats the ground into perfect spikes to kill Mega Man is just nuts, and a stupid way. Honestly, this adds more evidence to my theory that Mega Man X is just allergic to triangles somehow, but that theory is stupid too. So these custom-made ground spikes are by far the stupidest spikes from Mega Man X3. Mega Man X4 doesn't really have that many stupid spikes in all honesty, but I'll make sure we find a really dumb one. Don't you worry, gamers. There are a lot of spikes in Frost Walrus's stage that can be frustrating to deal with on your first playthrough just because the ground is made of snow and I guess it melts. So you do have to hurry to not fall into the spikes, but I don't know. I think this is just good game design, but I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a game designer. Plus, I've never had trouble with these. There are also a couple of spiked floating things in Jet Stingray's stage, which I don't really think counts as spikes as far as this video goes, but I did want to complain about Jet Stingray's stage. The real stupidest spike, though, has got to be at the end of Storm Owl stage. There are a bunch of spikes right here in a clump that you need to navigate through in order to get the upgrade capsules. The sideways spikes on the top of this section would normally be stupid because if you walk on top of them, you would die despite them being sideways and the point not even touching you, which once again adds to my upcoming Mega Man game theory. But this time the spike is actually stupid because it doesn't work. Yes, you heard that right. This spike just does not work. I don't know what the deal is here, but at least this spike is stupid in a good way. Regardless of it being good though, it is still stupid, so this spike right here, the one that does not do its job, is the stupidest spike from Mega Man X4. Now that we finished with the first half of the Mega Man X series, I need to let you guys know that those are the least stupid spikes in this entire video. The spikes only continue to get more and more stupid and egregious as the X series continue. Ha! You idiots! I have the Gaia armor, you're not gonna kill me! Moving on to Mega Man X5, we have by far the worst game so far in the Mega Man X series, but I've already made my hatred for Mega Man X5 known in some of my other videos. As far as stupid spikes go though, there are lots of options and paths we can take on this endeavor. First of all, in the Sigma stages, there are lots of really ugly spikes that I just don't like at all. Are they stupid? I mean, not really, only because they're ugly, I guess. But I think we all know what the actual stupidest spike in this game is though, and if you don't, I'll give you a couple of seconds to figure it out by telling you to subscribe. Haha. You guys are all subscribed, right? Wait, what? Look at this stat. None of you are subscribed. This is ridiculous. Please, guys, come on. I gotta start live streaming soon, and this is how you treat me? Come on, it'd be nice if you guys subscribed and tuned in. But anyway, the stupidest spike from this game is any spike dropped by these horrible bats. First of all, we've already been over how stupid it is to give the power of insta-kill spikes or insta-kill triangles to mere enemies, but these enemies can fly, which is even stupider. But what makes these spikes even worse is the fact that they are dropped on your head during an auto-scroller, which makes them hard to dodge, and I just hate them. This isn't even difficult in a good way. This is bad game design. You are trapped with these horrible spike-wielding bats, and you're just expected to deal with it. I mean, usually I can get away with not dying to these things because I personally am a pro gamer, but that does not make them any less stupid. These may be the stupidest spikes of all time, but if they aren't, they are at least the stupidest spikes for Mega Man X5. Mega Man X6 is hated by many and loved by few, and I'm few. Unfortunately, there are tons of spikes that could easily be considered some level of stupid though, so we have no time to peruse here. First of all, in Commander Yammark's stage, there are several sections of spikes, but these are the coolest spikes because they're the easiest ones to do the invincibility and Suizan glitch with, and you can just walk all over them. I'm not going to explain how to do this though because I've already made a video about this glitch, so go check that out if you didn't know about Mega Man X6's invincibility glitch, because that is pretty useful if you aren't good at Mega Man X6 or you hate the game. The gate stages are also just littered with spikes, literally. It's like someone had a bowl of spikes and just started littering out of their car window because they were driving next to all the gate stages. The only reason these aren't stupid to me is because not only is this at the end of the game where the difficulty should be pretty hard, but you could also use the Gaia armor and make some of these sections easier, allegedly. I don't know how the armor where it lets you progress in Mega Man X6 because sometimes you can't use the Gaia armor, but sometimes you can, which does make this section easier. Plus, you could always just use, I don't know, the invincibility glitch, but again, you gotta watch my other video to learn those secrets. Ground Scarovich's stage, on the other hand, has a few areas of stupid spikes, but they're stupid because, like, who is going to fall into these? They seem to just exist to fill up empty space and not actually to strategically get Mega Man killed, so these are pretty good candidate for being stupid. stupid. But what I think the stupidest spikes are in this game have got to be in Rainy Turtleoid stage. First of all, with all the rain on this stage, the bits rate for the gameplay on YouTube is awful, so everything is automatically a little bit stupider than it would be on any other stage. And secondly, there's like 100 of these sections of spikes that you either need to perfectly dash through or use invincibility frames in order to save Reploids or get upgrades or whatever you need to do. Maybe you're supposed to use the Gaia armor here, but honestly, I don't know. I've never looked up a guide on how you're supposed to beat Mega Man X6. I just try stupid things until they work. But something about these spikes is just stupid to me. I can't really explain this in any other way, but they just feel stupid. So yeah, all of the weird spiked pathways like this are the stupidest spike from Mega Man X6. Mega Man X7, hated by many and loved by none. This game doesn't really have that many stupid spikes, but honestly, any spikes in this game are stupid to me because I have bad depth perception and these 3D sections can be unforgivable. I know this is a skill issue or whatever, but this is also my video, so I get to call all of these spikes stupid. But to avoid a tie between every spike in the game, we need to find a spike that's not only worse due to my terrible depth perception, but also is stupid on its own. And that spike is none other than the spike from the Crimson Road stage. You know, that horrible auto-scroller that takes 7.5 minutes to complete with a weird machine chasing you the whole time. The camera angle is a nightmare working against you throughout most of this endeavor, and sometimes you just happen to run into a spike. But this is an auto-scroller stage, so instead of getting back into the action, you just reset your 7-minute timer back to the beginning, or maybe to 3 minutes if you got a checkpoint and you're lucky. Now, does this choice just stem from my hatred of the stage? Yes, definitely, but that doesn't make these spikes any less stupid. So congratulations, Crimson Road. You have once again won a slanderous award on the Tooterp YouTube channel because you have the stupidest spikes from Mega Man X7. Mega Man X8 just has spikes everywhere, like literally they're all over the place and you can't escape them. By the way, have you guys heard of that new Mega Man X8 demake? I haven't played it yet, but if you guys think it's good, maybe I can live stream it or make a video on it or both or whatever. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it or if any of you had the chance to play it. But anyway, back to the spikes. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. The most egregious case of spike heck in this game is probably the stage on the moon, which is a stage I do enjoy, but it's undeniable that there are just way too many spikes. I mean, look at this. I guess the developers were just having fun seeing how many spikes they could fit in the one stage, but other than the sheer number of spikes here, I don't think anything about this is really stupid. I mean, this is the last stage in the entire game, and these spikes are one-hit kills, so it makes sense to go all out with them right here. But you know what doesn't make sense? Having a mini-boss made out of spikes. First of all, I don't know if this technically counts as an enemy, but once again, I think we're giving the power of insta-kill spikes out a little bit too willy-nilly for my liking. But also, this fight just stinks. There's not even a health bar, so you just have to wait it out slowly and make sure you don't touch any of the triangles. Luckily, the hitboxes are a little bit weird, so you can get away with some shenanigans, but this fight takes practice to learn where the spike blocks are going. Plus, with the fact that this is basically an auto-scroller mini-boss on top of everything, just makes this situation stupid. So while there are plenty of stupid spikes to choose from in this game, I've gotta say the mini-boss with the weird, unreliable hitboxes takes home the gold medal for the stupidest spike from Mega Man X8. Those were the stupidest spikes from every Mega Man X game. As always, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope your least favorite spike made a spot in this video, and if it didn't, I'm sorry, but I will be live streaming soon, so leave a comment down below on what type of live streams you would like to see, and maybe I'll do it, or maybe I'll die to a spike.